Never fails. Every year I find golf balls in my field. At least this one here. Boy, I pity the fool that hits me with one. Planting season's over. It's time to show this thing some love. Giving it some paint. Gonna do a little pressure washing on it. Get some of the gunk out of it. Changed some bolts out. Ready for next year already. Let's go, let's grow. Figure it's a good day to mess around with the 345 International. And there's two air adjustment screws on that Holley 2-barrel carb. And that's what we're doing right now, just tweaking them a little bit. But these graphite wires gotta go. I'm gonna do copper cores for those new viewers that weren't around when I did this rebuild. That's what's going on. Well, I'm happier than a pig in, you fill in the blank. Actually, pigs aren't happy in that. You know what pigs are happy in? That stuff right there, the woods, shade. They want shade. But anyways, I'm getting off on a tangent. Look at the clearance now. I put that new tire on there. I got new studs in place, and it got a little funky. I'll save you the story. I mean, fine thread to coarse thread. It was just a little bit of a debacle. Napa had one. Advanced had the other 3 or 4 that I needed. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. It's a brand new skin on there. I'd like 2 though. I'm gonna get the stub for that side and dual this out, so when I pull it down the road, it pulls a lot smoother. But oh my word. And I ordered new sweeps for these C tines, and they're coming in, and I was really happy with the price. I got them on Agri Supply, and I know probably made in China, but at this point in time, you know, I'm always looking for American made stuff, and sometimes you just can't doggone find it, you know, and that's all part of maybe bringing the jobs back. But again, I'm getting off on this. Today's get off on a tangent day. But yeah, I ordered all new sweeps here, 24 of them coming, and you know, you can flip those, use them a few years, flip them around, and these had been out flipped. So yep, this should be ready for spring once I get these. I don't know if I'll do the duals this year, no guarantees, but it is in the cards, in the works. But with new sweeps, tires are all good. This thing's ready for spring. I don't like to wait until spring. You know, oh, it's April 1st, we're getting ready to work fields. I should start doing stuff. And what on earth is this? My word, it looks almost like a coat hanger. Holy crap. Okay. Well, anyways, I'll get that out off camera so that I can use precise words that will help get that out of there. But yeah, I don't like to wait until spring to get ready for spring. I like to close shop down in the fall, get ready for harvest, which that's a whole nother video series and whatnot. And that way I roll into spring with ease, or a lot more ease. There's always going to be something that goes wrong though, no questions asked. But that's skinny on cold mulcher. Oh, what am I doing today? I'll tell you, I'm getting this sweet corn in order, that's for sure. I'm going through on each side here about, probably 6-8 inches on each side, and cultivating through with what's called the garden weasel. And I'll show you that in just a second. Most of you that do gardening and this and that and the other thing are going to know what that is. But here's the deal. You got to put something between your rows. My rows are spaced pretty far apart. I like a little room to get in there and run a spreader. Literally a garden tractor, which is right here, a GT 5000, and it's beefed up in the rear end with the ag tires and the weights, and oh, I don't know, 23 horsepower V-twin Kohler that's rebuildable when it takes a crap. But yeah, this is what I do. I put something between the rows, and it ends all the weed nonsense. And you just go back through. You see corn hairs getting overwhelmed by the hay, and this is hay, by the way. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of people use mulch between their rows. Use whatever's the cheapest. Honestly, I like hay over straw. It's more nutritious for the soil for the next year when you go to plant your garden. Puts a lot of nutrients back into the ground, where straw, in my opinion, does not. Mulch will also. Mulch does a nice job. I think you'd have an easier time with mulch. I'd actually, you know, split the bale apart and shake it and walk down the rows, and I've got another at least 8 rows to do, and you can see the difference here versus the rows I haven't even touched yet. And we're getting rain tomorrow, and if I let these go one more rain in about 3 days, these weeds here will be quadruple their size, and then they start to do funny things to the corn, like take the nitrogen and steal my sweet corn. So I go through, I get rid of the weeds. I used hay. It was the cheapest for me. I already had it on hand. I didn't have to go buy the mulch. I would say use whatever is the cheapest. Even if you have the money, keep it in the bank. But get something in between your corn rows. A lot of people plant them 12 inches apart. Man, you know, if you can do that, great. But I just think corn needs its space. It's not very rare for me to get 3 big, solid, meaty ears on a stalk, and a lot of that has to do with the way I'm planting it. But you can see, I mean, I'm right on that edge, man, where I've got to get on this stuff, or it's gonna get on my stuff. So yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm out here sweating my butt off in the garden. Yep, and here's a garden weasel, and they suggest that you use it like this, but I've noticed when you use it that way, it doesn't work. You have to actually, how I use it is going like this, and it just rips the, I'm using one arm right now. I should be wearing my glasses, but yeah, you can dig really hard, really deep, and get rid of the, versus watch this. I mean, you'd be there all day. It's idiotic. The tool does work, but you can't use it the way they tell you to. Well, it's time to fire up the H. We got rain coming, and get this sucker in the barn. You want to hear a 6-volt start? No choke. We'll give it a little throttle though. Yeah. You ever notice each tractor has kind of the same smell, their exhaust, but sort of distinct too? Get a little rain on them beans, double in size. And yeah, somebody asked the other day, they're like, is that an international grain truck? Yeah, sure is. It's the old binder. I'll be running grain in the fall in that sucker. Stay tuned for the next video. I think I got a tractor bought. Boom!